Hi, my name is Jennifer Green, and this is my review of The Quality Dilemma in Online Education Revisited. I like to read, and nothing captures my attention quicker than a well-done cover, something flashy and eye-catching, along with a title that stirs my interest. Sometimes I get lucky, and the story's a great one, but sometimes the cover is the best thing about the book, and there's no substance to the actual story. This is the dilemma educators face in trying to determine the quality of online education. What exactly are you going to get in a course? What are best practices? Who determines what a quality program encompasses? What exactly does quality mean? Defining quality is difficult. One person's definition of quality can be vastly different from another's. Another issue is that the idea of quality changes over time. What may have been top quality at one time may now be seen as significantly below standards. How then do you create a quality program when quality itself is nebulous? There have been many ways to measure quality in programs. There are the measures known as total quality management and continuous quality management. More recently, stress has been placed on providing economical and efficient programs to the demise of scholarship. One of the greatest dilemmas is whether or not online education can deliver on its promises. Does a degree from an online course match up with a degree from a traditional course? Will instructors feel comfortable and have the training to go from traditional to online coursework? Will employers accept degrees or training from online education? What about students who would benefit more from a traditional classroom than an online one? The need to offer quality assurance has led to the rise of organizations such as the European Foundation for Quality in E-Learning, which seeks to regulate online education, reduce the potential for abuse, and seeks international cooperation. Another example is the Australian Universities Quality Agency, which has the power to audit universities to determine the quality of service and skills of graduates. The Quality Assurance Agency for Higher Education in Europe was created to provide a peer review to promote public confidence. The Canadian Recommended E-Learning Guidelines lists 138 recommendations for quality programs. In the United States, the 8 regionally accredited commissions developed the Statement of Commitment for the Evaluation of Electronically Offered Degree and Certificate Programs, which has 7 stated goals. Another initiative, Quality on the Line, has 24 benchmarks that should be considered essential to ensure the quality of internet-based distance education. Benchmarking frameworks exist between the Open University in the UK and the University of Sydney in Australia, where emphasis is placed on the relationship between institutions and the prospective approaches which benchmarking might provide. The web offers a number of tools to help educators, schools, and students. The Online Education Database ranks institutions that are accredited through the Distance Education and Training Council. Other sources include Yahoo, Google, Peterson's College Search, RateMyProfessor.com, and the Financial Times. In reading this chapter, I was struck once again at how different people and organizations can relate to an issue. I find it interesting that everyone has their own take on how to accomplish the same task. It is evident from the different ways in which states, countries, and nations approach this issue that it is vitally important to come up with a system of checks and balances for quality assurance. It is also evident that no two groups think alike. They may have similar standards, but just as the individual's idea of quality can change, so can the measure of quality and the ways to measure it change. The information contained in this article can be used to create discourse and direction when developing online educational materials. It is helpful in that it gives various measures of quality standards that an educator or designer can access to determine their online environment's conduciveness to learning. More importantly, it is a measuring stick by which one can check the effectiveness and quality of an educational program. This is important to individuals looking for an online educational experience that will both impart knowledge and skills for the student and provide employers with employees that have been adequately trained for their specific tasks. In the future, I will use this knowledge gained from this chapter to influence the creation of educational programs I may have a hand in to ensure the standards are met. The guidelines provided in this chapter create a framework by which you can both evaluate and build a program. These are skills that I need to have in order to be productive in my field.